Alright guys, it's 11:11 on the timer. I stumbled across a video and something triggered me to make this video, and it was street smart versus book smart and where you draw the line between common sense and survival. To say the least, it was a operative type video, psychological. God, it's so cold. Too late to turn off. Well, too bright to be leaving my car on like that. I can't be waking people up like that either. Sidebar, but yeah, it was a synchronicity because I was getting that reference earlier, but I didn't feel like mentioning it, and I figured there's a time and place for everything anyways. But on another note, if you stumble across my videos and you know me, mind your business. I have to make these to cope with all of these things. Anyways, so as I was picking up on all that, it was almost like a sacrificial type energy and it was like creeping in. I almost have anxiety like making this video, which is weird. I mean, the video did revolve around certain ideas, but it was almost like back to that baby daddy energy and third party energy, like blaming oneself almost into a sacrificial manner. You know, like if a snake bites you, why chase after it and ask it? You know, it's a predator, in other words. But there's something very dramatic about this anxiety. Like, it's not an on and off anxiety. It almost feels like a constant at this point. This seems very general too. I'm not even gonna try to direct this to anyone, but I don't know why I got put on channeling duties, guys. I have to throw this out here. Like, I see a long hallway, a bunch of scrambling, and people pointing at someone to buy the coffee. You know, like, channeling duties is like, okay, this is for someone, and maybe I saw your face like a month ago. You know, it's make up or break up. It's, you need to have a job. It's, like, not all the information is going to make sense at once. And I just want to say it's a bunch of universal knowledge. Many people can find themselves on the same path and having the same ideas, although the outcomes might be different, or the paths may have followed it into it differently, in other words. But yeah, you know, alongside the anxiety, there's a lot of contradictive energy. It's almost like survival of the fittest. And one thing I used to kind of keep in the back of my mind, I just saw a bright light, I think it's confirmation. Keep in the back of my mind is love and war have no rules. There's no rules between love and war. And it's indicative, okay? And whether it's an internal or an external metaphor, to say the least, you know. Yeah, I see someone avoiding, and I see someone instigating. Another bright light. So it's almost like possessive and obsessive. And, you know, I could sit here and say, it's time to allow that energy to be more than coping for someone else's lack. But just watching this video, you know you're more than that anyways. That's just what it is. Like, being more or better than what you expected is new, and it's only awkward if you make it awkward. So all these bright lights, oh my gosh, confirmation after confirmation. We're only at 5 minutes, and I don't even really, yeah, my phone's flashing because it's broke. You know, there could be a lot of people blowing you off because of this person. They could have caused a lot of drama. They could be trying to use reactive abuse against you, you know, trying to act like they're the sensitive ones and you're the complicated one. You know, this is something a lot of us go through. Not even just as, like, spiritualists, but just as people. Like, there's so many times I've ignored very obvious red flags or problems, and that's just nature. That's just natural. That's just, you know, trial and error. And, you know, just the amount of disrespect that circles a lot of these problems is beyond any reader or psychic to comprehend in one breath or one channel. You know, we need different faces, we need different experiences. And although history, religion, and spirituality seem so separated, that is not for me to say, especially in terms of having specific roles and outcomes. You know, I can't stop someone from having their own domino or butterfly effect. You know, they say you can only control your reaction. You can't control other people's for a reason. And power struggle is more than just control and success. You know, I say this because it takes one to know one, really. But it's okay to have ego. You're not supposed to get rid of the ego. You're supposed to transcend the ego. You cannot dissolve or rid of what makes you. What makes you can't break you, because what didn't kill you made you stronger. And that's just facts. But it's okay to be transformational and dramatic. It's okay to have anxiety. It's okay to allow people to give you anxiety. Speaking of anxiety and butterfly effect, even then having butterflies in your stomach, you know, take it whichever way you need to. I mean, I'm also picking up on someone likes their boyfriend's brother. Sidebar. It's like, oh yeah, by the way. But, yeah, there's so many messages. There's so many. But hindsight is 20/20, guys. And, you know, I like to keep it short and sweet. I really do. And I don't like to dwell on things too much, but the second I brush something off when I know I need to bring it to the forefront, I either see it in another video or another, you know, it was already 11/11, another synchronicity. So, you know, I'm gonna start getting the extra tools out, but you gotta start somewhere. It's only awkward if you make it awkward. I'm getting Lydia, Reynold, Ryan. Regardless, oh my god, it took me forever to pronounce. I was like, whoa. It's a lot of R words. Oh my god, the door started squeaking super loud. Holy, that scared me. Okay, I was just told the reason why there are words, or they're nouns starting with R, is because I have to work one at a time. Okay, I guess I was just picking up on extra. If you resonate with any of those names, it'll probably pop up in another video. Oh my god, I was 11/11 the second I looked at the time. Alright, I don't like to keep my videos too long, and I know I got a lot more brainstorming to do, so if you have any questions or concerns, I will be responding to comments, you better believe it.